About you have your longest average per attempt by far this season. Is that because you have so many fast receivers, and is that by design that you guys are throwing the ball down the field more?
It just kind of depends on how the defense want to play us. I think it comes down to a lot of teams want to challenge our receivers and challenge me on trying to making, low percentage throws as far as down the field and being accurate. So, I've had a lot more opportunities with that. But also, we want those guys to run too. We want those guys to be able to do what they like to do and use their speed and their strength. So having those opportunities, we definitely have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, one more question, please. You saw Jadeveon Clowney your first 2 years at his best with the Texans. Now he's on the opposite side of the ball. What do you have to do to make sure he doesn't make your life miserable?
You got to control him. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to be able to, do things that the ball is out of my hands and getting into space. So he can definitely disrupt the game. I've seen him in my own eyes for 2 years. Seeing and watching him in college, and then watching him in the pros. So, he's a problem for sure. So we got to make sure that we, know where he is at all times, when he's on the field.
Berman.
Deshaun, have you had a chance to reach out to Dak after what happened to him?
I did. I wrote him on Twitter, and then I also texted him. And, he's probably got so much going on. And because I know exactly didn't have that type of injury, but when I had my ACL, there's a lot of people reaching out. So the first week is definitely tough. It's only been a couple of days, so prayers out for him and his family and a speedy recovery for him. I know he's gonna come back, and have a successful career, the things that he want to achieve. These next 6 months it's gonna be a challenge, but he's that type of person that's gonna handle all that. He's gonna have a great support cast, and everyone in the NFL, especially in the quarterback position, is going to, lift him up and send our prayers towards him, and make sure he's good.
When you see something like that happen, knowing that it's a fine line out there when you're just doing your job, how does that hit you, Deshaun?
I mean, it's tough. All injuries are tough. All types of, each and every play, you're putting your body and your health is on the line. So, you don't want to think about that, but that's reality, and that's part of the sport and that's part of the game. But it was definitely tough to see, what happened.
Aaron?
Hey, Deshaun. What's it been like not having Jordan Akins out there, someone that you were building a connection with and throwing to a lot early in the season?
He's a guy that can change the game for sure and do a lot of different things. Of course, we want him out there. We want to make sure he's healthy and he's getting back, when he needs to get back and he's feeling very, very well. We believe in Fells, we believe in Farrell. So those two guys are going to come in and do their job and play at a high level also.
Deshaun, what have you thought about when you see the Titans and their situation? They were able to win a football game after going through a coronavirus outbreak. But just in general, what have you thought about how the league has handled these situations, in particular the Titans, and just how you guys have tried to remain as healthy and safe as possible? Thank you.
Yeah, I think the NFL is doing the best they can, especially, having 32 teams and 90 players on each team, or 80 players, however many players on each team, plus staff and, office people and media and all that stuff. So I think they're doing a good job in Tennessee. They handled it well. They did what they had to do to get ready for that game, and they came out ready to play and handle business. So, for us, we want to, stay safe as possible because people got families and go home to those families each and every day. But at the same time, you got to always make sure you're prepared. And if something happens to your team, you got to be ready. You never know when you're going to play. When the last time we seen a game played on Tuesday. So Tennessee did their part and they came out with the victory.
Brandon?
Hey, Deshaun, I know y'all want to take shots, but how are the shorter and intermediate routes helping you guys with the rhythm and the pacing of the offense?
Just trying to stay ahead of the chains, just making sure that we're getting positive yards each and every time. We don't want to force the throw downfield. Whenever you especially when you have a drive going and a rhythm going, and try to get the ball into those tight ends or running backs or those shutdowns hands as much as possible whenever the defense is seeking. So you got to be able to let those guys just make plays in space.
James Palmer?
Deshaun, it doesn't really happen. What was it like watching your opponent play on a Tuesday night? I mean, you're already starting to get your prep going, and they're still playing a game.
Definitely weird. It was definitely interesting, and of course good to see them in a live game, and then also watch the film. So, it was definitely different, and we got to make sure we getting ready to go up there and play a tough physical game for 4 quarters.
And every coach kind of wants to do things, how they do them. Has Tim changed anything in a preparation of a week of just how he wants to do things with you, or is it acting exactly the same as it was through the first couple of weeks?
No, I mean, it's out there pretty the same because he kind of controlled everything. So everything is pretty similar. He's doing it, of course, at his pace and making sure that he's getting all the details and what we're looking for in each play and each scheme. Everything's been going pretty smooth so far.
Thanks, Deshaun.
John?
Deshaun, when you on the first play, when you complete a pass for 41 yards, what kind of message is that sending to a defense for the rest of the game?
If you guys want to get up and press, we're gonna, take our chances, take our shots. That's what we want to do. We want to set the tone early, especially with Cookie and get him the ball in last week's game, and they came up, pressed, and I had to make sure that, hey, this is what we want to do. And we both connected, and it just set the tone for the rest of the game. So it also helped the, special teams and the defense on our side because they knew that we were coming out ready to go and that we wanted to throw the ball. So everyone was on that same type of time and same energy.
How much freedom do you have at the line of scrimmage? And is it any more now that Tim's running the full offense than, say, it was with Bill?
Yeah, I have the freedom to make sure we get on the same page. I don't want to go rogue and just kind of call, whatever. I got to, stick to the script and the game plan and make sure that I'm calling the right plays that is, to beat the defense that are, we see out there and I see at that time and during that play. So me and Tim is on the same page with TJ Ace and AJ McCarron. So us four, we have a great relationship and communication. And a line of just kind of giving out ideas and what we see and what we, think is going to work, and we go from there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.